first few minutes, I could, when we had sent the request to be in the live, I could hear. I actually thought that you're speaking to this big audience. So, and the view behind you is also very, very nice. So, we are a little jealous. We usually don't say that about views, but today we are.
The big audience hopefully is going to join very soon, because now the guests are out here, right? When I talk, that time I'm usually talking to myself and I'm looking into a mirror. Now
that's okay. That's how I start my day. My first hour is spent that way, twirling my hair and thinking about what I'm going to do in the day, how I'm going to make my coffee. So yeah, I can relate.
But this view is not an actual natural view. This is not a natural view.
Oh, is it?
This is a portrait that changes color.
Oh yeah. I know. See, I know your sarcasm. I have had a fair look at that. So,
you've
try.
You've done your homework and you've come. But let me formally introduce the two of you. I think all of the people who are on this video obviously know a lot about you, but this video is also going to be circulated to many young boys and girls who also know you. It's my job to formally introduce you.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I think if anybody wants to make travel blogging their career, and for people who want to stay in 5-star hotels for free and eat really fancy meal free of cost, this basically means every Gujarati and Marwadi on this planet. Your true inspiration is not the people living in Antilla, but your true inspiration is the people who are on this program with me, because they've mastered the art of getting everything for free. So Savi and
one thing we have learned in the last 10-15 years is that there are no free lunches in the world, my friend. Everything has a price.
But Savi and Wade, one thing that does not have a price is this platform, because it's free for all. So welcome to I Am an Official's Kuch To Karona.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Super. And I've seen you guys doing such phenomenal stuff all across. How does it feel? You're almost always jet setting, yeah? You're traveling from one place to another. For the first time, you're like in a cage, so to say.
Well, I think that travel has actually helped us in a lot of ways, because it's made us more flexible. So I think that we are taking to this quarantine a lot better than a lot of our friends and even family members, because we've been having quite a lot of fun at home. We've been innovating, trying to play around with whatever equipment we have. So there are low days, of course, but more or less I would say that we've been having a lot of fun. We're trying to make this a new adventure.
So and I think because even when we are traveling, we always take breaks in between our travels. So for a month or two, we always kind of stay in one place. So we are used to spending this much time with each other. That's why we haven't killed each other just yet. But we haven't seen the future. So let's see.
So from the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, it's now become the adventures of Savi and Wade, is it?
That's the aim.
I have to say I do miss the great outdoors, but there is a certain charm to the slow life that we're living these days, which is also good. So we've been spending a lot of time talking to our friends and family, and doing a lot of stuff at home. Actually, we live in a quite a small apartment because it's London and everything is literally shaped like a box, but we've been trying to make the most of that and shoot at home, have fun at home.
So we were supposed to fly back to India. Oh, sorry. No, go on.
No, go on. It's good that
we were supposed to fly back to India, and then just 2 days before our flight, the lockdown measures were introduced, and no international flights were allowed. So we would have been in India, but hey, as long as we are safe and happy and healthy, it's okay wherever we are.
And we've not killed each other, so that's brilliant. So, but I find it really challenging, because for people in relationships to be working in the same field, and both of you are working together, and you've been dating each other, and then got married, and then continue to be doing what you're doing, which is quite phenomenal. What is it that keeps you guys going? Apart from 95 countries becoming 193 countries very soon.
That's a very deep question. Yeah, it's true. We've known each other for 20 years now, and we've we started dating when we were very young. So we've been through an entire journey with lots of lows and highs and lows together. So I think that's what's kept us bonded. But in terms of work, I feel like just having different responsibilities really helps us because our areas of expertise are very different.
Sabi's area of expertise is discipline, and mine is procrastination. So it helps.
That helps. But he's the more creative one. He loves his photography. I love my writing. So we kind of keep those areas. He loves the boring admin paperwork. I hate that. So it kind of helps to have completely segregated areas of expertise or whatever, and that's how we survive.
You've also got a doctorate in visual arts, is it correct?
English literature actually, but English
literature. But you should have joined for this session. We had the walking talking dictionary talking to us. Shashi Tharoor joined us for a session. Shubin, tell us a little more, if I may, take you outside the coronavirus space because it's quite fascinating.
Yes, please take us outside the coronavirus space, please.
Much appreciated. Yes.
Was it a profound love for traveling that got you guys to do what you're doing? Because from a PhD in literature to now, being travel business.
It was actually a mix of both.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but may I ask you this very pertinent question?
Yeah.
If you studied in Delhi and you were from Delhi, between Delhi and Bombay, which is a...
See, both have their pros and cons,
Yeah, but I just say my allegiances lie with you. I just say that because I have a lot of friends there.
See, in terms of like food.
Oh, food, Delhi.
You can't beat Delhi. The weather is much nicer. Our family is there, so pros and cons. Like with everything in life, pros and cons. We try not to choose too much. Nice try.
I lost you after what she said. I prefer Bombay, and then after that I lost you completely.
Okay. That was quite convenient, right?
Sorry, Sabi. You were saying yes.
No, I was just saying that I used to teach at Delhi University, and then I came to the UK for my PhD, and I completed it. But I had been studying or teaching for almost 14 years by that stage. At that point, we had been traveling a lot, and we'd already been to almost 50 countries. So it was kind of a logical coming together of all this time I had on my hands because I didn't want to jump into a job straight after my PhD. I had a lot of time then. I took a sabbatical of sorts, and then we were pursuing this dream of traveling on the side. But then so many of our friends would ask us for tips or suggestions and things, and I was like, why don't we put this online, because it would benefit a lot of other people who are looking for little things like bus routes or how to get from one place to the other, because that kind of information is just not there. Even after so many technological advances, very detailed guides to destinations are just not there. So I would go with my diary, write all the details, and just put them online. So that's how it started.
So one thing I wanted to say was that in a nutshell, this whole dream, this whole idea of traveling was born the last time the world was facing a similar crisis,
Yes.
which was way back in 2008 when the financial crisis happened.
Yeah.
And we took a break. I mean, I took a break from my corporate job then, and instead of jumping into another job, we started traveling a lot, and we discovered that we loved it so much that we made a pact that going forward every month we will try and visit a new place which is outside our comfort zone, outside our home.
Yeah.
And that had been true up until 2 months ago, because the last 6 weeks we haven't been able to go out. But up until then, for 12 years, we have visited a new place every month.
Every month. Yeah.
So, that is a lesson for whoever's listening that, from this time, maybe something magical will be born. So just keep at it.
listen, people who are part of IMON now want to join your team, guys. This is not an open recruitment offer. He was simply stating.
Definitely keep a look at it.
We are always open to CVs and resumes. Let's come on, guys.
I'm applying because the life that you're leading is quite is something that it's a dream life for people. Yeah. And like you said, in 2008, the Lehman Brothers crash, and then everything that followed after. People took a voluntary sabbatical. In my case, it was a compulsory sabbatical. I was joining my father's company, and he said, "Don't. We're already facing a problem. We don't want you." But you guys,
Sensible advice.
what you've done out of just simply travel blogging is very, very inspirational, and I really admire the fact that you've opened, I think, a new chapter for so many young people who are now inspired, and I see all of them being these young travel bloggers. Good friend of mine who wants to do exactly the same thing, but she doesn't have the gumption to do what you did, which is quit your job and then do this full time. Tips to people like her.
Yeah.
I think that actually when people ask us what you need, or even more than the passion or the discipline or the consistency, I think what you need is courage, and that's very hard because all of us have been brought up in a traditional Indian families that always insist on stability and things like that. And in both our cases, we had only our own finances to fall back on. We had nothing outside, so we had to save for full-time travel. We also had to save for a rainy day fund in case something went wrong, and it took ages to do that. But even more than the discipline or the time, I would say it's the courage, because it's so scary to leave your comfort zone and jump out of it.
And especially like 7 years ago when we started, this was kind of unheard of. Now, now we have become the example, for a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, I will show your page to my parents to say that, yes, see, it's possible." But we didn't have any page to show to our parents. So, imagine leaving a comfortable job in London and, for both of us to pursue what we really wanted to do. There were so many questions. There were so many, even people even said that, "Oh, you're so stupid." Even today, you travel, you take photographs. वो सब तो ठीक है, but करते क्या हो? So
you should tell them that people take a vacation after their work. You are always on vacation all the time.
we take a vacation after we are back from traveling.
So I would totally tell your friend that gumption is actually the right word. You need so much courage, but just do it. But just don't take any silly steps, because I've also, Pinterest and all these places have made it so fashionable to say, take a leap of faith or book a ticket to somewhere and never come back. And it's never as easy, because you need to work on your savings. You need to work on investing that money the right way, so that if something were to go wrong or if things weren't to go to plan, then you have all of that. And it takes time. It took us almost 7 or 8 years to build a kind of savings account that could help us in full-time traveling. So take the leap of faith, but don't be silly about it.
So it's going to take maybe 15 to 20 years to do what you guys are doing.
I think 5-6 years is fine.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years. We were be slow because I was studying on the side as well.
No, but the reason I mentioned it is because the reason I mentioned it is you make the Lonely Planet now a not so lonely planet. You made it accessible, and you've made it something that a discovery that I think everybody can go on. People really want to become like you, and let me come to the second part of what we do. It's called Tum Bhi Karona. Okay. So everything about the show is about Corona.
So everything in the world is about Corona, huh?
If there's one person who's optimized the word Corona and created multiple forms of it, that is this. That is the team as I am on.
Right.
but this, so don't blame me for all the bad names that come from coronavirus. Tum Bhi Corona. I want to ask you guys, what can you recommend young people to do apart from watching your, following your page and reading your blogs? What else can they do sitting at home?
You want to go first?
You go first.
I would say read, because reading is kind of a lost form, but I feel like when we're reading, you absorb a lot more and reflect as well on what you've read.
I would say just pick up a hobby, and it could be anything. And the key thing to remember is that it doesn't have to be a fad. Like, you don't have to do something just because someone else has done it and it's working out. Because
Dalgona coffee.
Did you guys try? Did you try it? Did you try making?
yeah, 20 years ago when we were growing up,
When we didn't have coffee makers, no, but we need to try it.
yeah,
soon.
we will try it. But I would say just pick up a hobby, and it can be anything.
Yeah.
But like Sabi said, we get a lot of messages these days saying that, I'm so pressured because I want to do something. Social media creates that kind of of an image that, you've been given the gift of time. If you don't come out of it with something new, then you are a failure. It's nothing like that.
True, yeah, of course.
All you have to do is maintain a balance, and this can also be a good time to self-reflect. Like, this is the time when you can discover what you actually like.
Yeah.
Because when you're studying or when you're working, you really don't get all that time to think about things.
Even if it's like photography,
Photography,
with your mobile phone or
anything.
something.
It's endless.
Yeah.
So
Stick to it.
stick to it.
Yeah.
Just practice it, but don't feel pressured. I mean, that is the key point. This is also a good time to have that mental peace.
But every time I take up a hobby, I feel very pressured, yeah. Because, like, say for example, now I took up the hobby of cooking as home, yeah.
Yeah.
Cooking, and then my cook came, and then he saw what I was making. He looked at me and he gave me such looks. If looks could kill you, I would have died 100 times
Yeah,
over.
that's
So the thing about taking up hobbies and things like that also is, we live in a day and age where everything is about instant gratification.
Agreed.
Everything is about the social media likes, and
So true.
on the sushi that I made, I got exactly 1 like, and I went from the Iman account and I liked my own picture.
He's done the same.
No, but you're absolutely right, Rishabh. And that's why we always kind of stress on this, that don't worry.
Yeah.
You have to start from somewhere. If you scroll back 6 years or 5 years, whenever we started our Instagram, our photos, will look very different from what they are today, because it's always an evolution. It's always a process. So don't worry about trying. Don't worry about sharing whatever you have tried. It doesn't matter. If you're happy, then you will feel that everyone else around you is happy. Because trust me, even if you're the best, even if you are the best, there will be people out there who try to bring you down, right? It's not possible to please everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the time.
Happens to the best of us. No, but you're so right. I mean, in this age of instant gratification, I think the most valued asset is consistency. Because someone who keeps doing it again and again, even if it's like he said, photography with your mobile phone, that's the only way to get better.
What is the next dish that you are making?
So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to remake the sushi, and I'm going to put up pictures of the sushi and the carpaccio and the black rice, and I'll put different pictures, and I'm counting on the two of you to like those pictures.
Done. Done deal.
Done.
Well, on a slightly more serious note, recommend a book to read for young people.
That's a very hard one. See, I'm personally not the biggest fan of self-help books, so I really like reading authors like Gabriel Garcia Marquez or even Murakami. He's become quite a phenomenon, but some of his books are really good because I feel like they teach us a lot about life. So I'd say pick up a Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel. Yeah.
So do you get 5% royalty on the books?
No, I wish.
Today. When I write my own book, then I will get that royalty.
Have you guys ever thought of writing like a book by yourself, like the two of you together?
There's a lot underway, but it's just that Corona has kind of plonked in the middle of all our plans. But hopefully we'll pick them up
in due time.
Yeah, in due time.
See, there's a time and place for everything.
And you need to remember that you need to release that book on this wonderful platform for young people.
Done.
It's
Look, I do
good.
I do feel what you guys are doing with connecting young people is so important because, like we mentioned, when we were younger and looking for something like this, there were very limited avenues. And I feel like with all the people that you're interviewing and people you're speaking to and having these amazing conversations with, I feel lots of people can get so many different avenues which they can then choose and pursue if they wish.
Yeah.
So I feel like a platform like yours is so important in today's day and age.
And also just some support that, just some mental support that, okay, it's possible.
Yeah.
That XYZ person has done it, so
Has done it.
So
How just look, so guys, please observe, this is how you subtly praise yourself. I'm joking, you guys are honestly very inspirational. Let me ask you the last question before we move on to a fun quick rapid fire which ends the show. I must ask you this because I think a lot of people want to know. You've traveled 95 countries.
Yes.
And you've practically seen most of the world. You've been to places.
Half the world.
Now this is them putting in the modesty. But what about India? What about India? Our platform is called India's International Movements to Unite Nations.
Yeah.
The idea is to spread the idea of India and unite nations through conferences, discussions, etc., etc. And that young people listen. Eventually, nobody listens to me, so we get like you, so that.
I personally think, in fact, every time Vid is asked about his favorite place on the planet, he says Spiti because there's a piece there that he likes. But I personally feel like India has so many, I think there are very few countries that have so many experiences in one country.
Yeah.
So, in fact, this was another pact that we made a few years ago now, 5 or 6 years ago. We said that we would explore at least one part of India in great detail every year, and we've had some exceptional experiences. There was this time when we took a long summer road trip in Karnataka, and of course I'd seen the bigger cities and stuff, but we'd never really gone deep into the countryside, and we saw some beautiful sights, fields full of flowers and then these foggy mountains and stuff. So we've discovered so much of India on these really long road trips that we've taken to the northeast and the south, and I hope to do that for every single state. I feel like. In
fact, all our non-Indian friends, whenever they ask us what our favorite countries and where they should go, we say without a doubt India, because that you want mountains, we have them. You want beaches, we have them. You want desert also we have them. Desert, we have them. Food is exceptional, and trust me, I think there is no hospitality like Indian hospitality.
Yeah.
So it's like a country of countries, and if someone has to go to only one place in a year, we always say go to India. The added bonus is it will also give you some shock to your senses. So it will actually make you feel that you're out of your comfort zone, and that is very important when you're traveling. So India all the way.
No, that's really nice to know. Yeah.
When we travel to, just to give you a small example, we went to Peru and we were with a group of people who were mostly from the UK.
It's my favorite country.
I love it so much. So we were with a group of people who were from the UK and US, and we were going on this bus, a very rickety sort of bus. And Vid and I were just smiling at each other because, we've lived those things while growing up in India, and we were so comfortable instantly in a foreign country, Peru, whereas our British and American friends were like, whoa, what's happening? So, that sense of feeling empowered in a strange land because of your childhood, I feel like I have a new appreciation for that instead of saying, oh, I wish I had it better.
Also, like the service, when you travel so much and you experience service, hospitality, and then when you go to India and you meet people, you're like, man, you're not going to get this anywhere else in the world. Like people in our country are amazing. The places are amazing. There's so many untouched places, and when this kind of lifts, and we are back in India next. So we'll try to go to. We've actually been planning to go to the Gujarat side area. We haven't been there.
It's because sometimes people ask us, so how would you define your sense of traveling? And I have no answers because I feel like you can't really put people in pigeonholes and say luxury or whatever, because I feel like I love luxurious accommodation, but I love street food. So what do I say? I'm always, this is the conundrum for me, because it's just we just love sensory experiences, however they come.
So why don't you have luxury street food the next time you come to Bombay?
Yeah.
We'll take you. But
Done.
on that, by using that oxymoron, I also want to change to another. I want to change to another topic. But before I touch upon that, because you mentioned the bus ride, was this the bus ride that you took from to Machu Picchu? Was this the bus ride to Machu Picchu that you?
It was the one to the vineyards in Ica, right? It
So
was from
there's a place called Huacachina.
Right.
So to go from that to a nearby village which had a vineyard. So they want, usually from Lima to all these places there are those comfortable buses.
Yes.
But when you have to go between smaller towns and cities, then you just hop on.
Yeah.
So it was one of those. It was from Huacachina to Ica, which is like 30 kilometers or something. So
And the reason why I ask you that is because it's I spent almost 15 days in Peru, and I really loved the experience. So I remember that rickety bus journey.
And one too, yeah.
But let me take you to the last part of what we do, which is a rapid fire, quick, fun rapid fire. You've been you've been very, very accommodating and tolerated my sense of humor. My first question is, which is your favorite country to visit apart from India? Now that you mentioned that India is your favorite.
for me, Iceland.
Iceland.
I would say Peru, but because I already said Peru, I'd say New Zealand as well. I love New Zealand because it's just so peaceful and you can drive around everywhere. I really like it.
So, is it that you get a lot of commission from the tourism ministry in Iceland?
I wish. Yeah, let me, right after this live video, I'll be kind of going to check my suitcase that will be delivered in my personal chopper.
People take these things seriously, guys. Don't joke about it.
With a lot of kiwis that they would send, right? I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of kiwi fruits that they would send with that.
Correct. Yes.
The very, very important question that I need to ask you is this.
Sure.
It's a really important question, so I really want you to pay attention.
Yeah.
The question is,
Face though.
the question is that why? Can you hear me? Why have the two of you not decided up until now to visit this wonderful place and cover it extensively, called Gujarat?
Gujarat?
Nahi!
No, but I always joke that our connection with Gujarat is kind of jinxed because we planned 2 trips in the past that haven't happened. And then this winter we were supposed to go there again. Hopefully we still can, but if the coronavirus spoils it, then I'll know for a fact that our connection is jinxed.
No, but
I think there's a political reason behind this. I think there's a political reason. We need to get to the bottom of this.
no matter our political affiliations, we never let that interfere with travel because people are pretty much the same everywhere.
That's true.
Now that you mentioned and treaded upon the very dangerous thing which people do not, celebrities never mention this. You said political affiliation, so I must ask you this question.
I'll tell you. See, the thing is, we're all for. Well, we're the kind of people who don't really judge people.
He's just pulling your leg. You don't have to answer that. Keep guessing.
Live and let
Keep
live.
guessing, Rishabh.
Live and let
Okay, tell me, for the two of you, which is the favorite film, which is like your joint favorite film, which is your absolute favorite to watch?
That's so hard. So, I have two extremes. I love classics like The Godfather, but I love Shah Rukh Khan movies. I don't know
love
why. I'm a
Godfather.
fangirl. I can't help it. So yeah,
Race.
those are the two extremes.
What does he like, or does it not matter? He just has to do what you say.
No,
I
I actually like a lot of dark cinema.
Yeah.
Because the mind works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So in terms of a movie, I can't
I
think
think
of,
you
but
liked Andhadhun a lot when you watched it.
yeah, like just I don't like slapstick comedy,
Okay.
which might come as a surprise given our stupid, sarcastic sense of humor. But there is a very subtle difference between sarcastic and slapstick. Sarcasm,
Not-
sarcasm requires a lot of intelligence.
He said, yeah, I get you. I'm from your team. No, but he likes a lot of dark cinema.
So one Netflix series that I can say is Dark. It's called Dark. It's a German series. It's about time travel, and it's very
Wow.
very dark.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's
really
beautifully
beautiful.
shot. Makes you think, and makes you concentrate. So that would be my kind of watching experience.
Right now, yeah. Haven't watched it in a long time.
And the last question before I let you guys go. Okay, now this is on answering this question. Have you
ये
been to
थोड़ा
Zimbabwe?
ओवर टाइम हो रहा है ऋषभ चेक भिजवा देना एक्स्ट्रा
वही तो कर रहा हूँ आपको वही तो भेज रहा हूँ ये आप जिम्बाब्वे गए हो
Thank you to everybody who's watching.
आप जिम्बाब्वे गए हो
नहीं
Not yet, no.
not yet
तो दिस इज परफेक्ट ये आप सही जवाब दोगे तो आपको 1 मिलियन जिम्बाब्वियन डॉलर्स मिलेंगे
हाँ, मैं वो आंसर नहीं दूंगा वो आप रख लो वो वाले आप रख लो मैं
क्योंकि आप
1 मिलियन और दे दूंगा आपको
which is your favorite platform and this is a very important thing okay which is your favorite platform to address young people now that you've been on this show which is your favorite platform to address young people and there are two choices one IIMUN and the second India's international movement to unite nations.
Oh, it's such a hard choice. I'd have to go with the first one. You can go with the second to
I
balance.
choose the second
Yeah, just to balance.
everyone wins
These guys, before coming on the show, these guys must have thought this guy's a sensible guy. He runs an organization that talks, that tries to talk sense into young people.
Ditto.
You guys, thank you for making, like I said earlier, thank you for making this a lonely planet not so lonely anymore. And thank you for being the real.
you're welcome thanks for having us
Thank you for having us.
You've been an absolute pleasure.
yeah
Likewise.
I'm sending you a check.
okay
I'm sending you. It's on its way.
but jokes aside it's very refreshing to see what you're doing and the way you're doing it the energy is contagious
Yes.
and keep it up
Yeah.
So happy we're talking about travel and positive things that can come out of it because the world is so full of negativity at the minute and things that just suck the joy out of you. So this has been a lot of fun.
I know people usually behave like a dementor, and in Harry Potter, if you see in Harry Potter, read Harry Potter, they behave like a dementor and they're sucking all the energy out. And I think people like you infuse that energy. So you're like the butterbeer that you have in in Hogsmeade.
We make a good team. All of us, the three of us, make a good team.
Okay, now Sid is tired. Now chalo, okay, bye. Now I'm going. Okay, now.